I think what they have to be asking, and hopefully they've, well, I don't think they've figured it out yet. Easier said than done. What's our final piece after we re-sign Jalen? What are we doing? What is the next piece and next step after that to push us over the top?
Well, I don't even think they know.
Yeah,
and nobody. It's nobody
difficult.
Yeah, nobody can know. There's no way of knowing what the final piece is going to be.
Well, you can know if you can know who you target. You can know who the plan is.
Yeah.
How are we going to have the money to do that? Who else are we going to pay? What's the plan? What is the ideal plan for the final championship piece? Because Jalen Brunson and this returning team is not it.
They need to figure out who they, like you said, who they want to target. All right, who they want to target, and then how to get them. And I also believe that they need to figure out. Let's just look at it this way. Looking from the Warriors' perspective, we talked about this before. They made a trade of, they knew KD kind of wanted to go somewhere else. They did the sign and trade with Brooklyn, and they got back D'Angelo Russell, who they knew they didn't want to keep, and they flipped him. Now maybe that's Jalen Brunson. Maybe Jalen Brunson's that guy that you don't want to keep, and then you flip him because he has value, and then you get something for him. And that's what they did, and they got Wiggins and Kuminga for D'Angelo Russell.
Is it worth it to overpay Brunson to have a second-round playoff team in order to make Luka happy versus gamble because you know this isn't a championship team? You gamble, you lose Jalen, then you got to replace him and get someone else. It's like this is the much safer route to take, even though this doesn't lead to the ultimate destination.
Well, here's the thing. Does it make getting that destination more difficult?
Well, we know with this current team they're going to be in the playoffs. Right?
Well, yeah, I would think that even without Jalen Brunson, they're in the playoffs too.
Yeah, it's going to be harder. You lose your second best player. I mean, he's definitely their second best player. So that's they would replace him with Hardaway, who's back. Now that's not like you're not replacing them with Kyrie Irving, right?
But the drop off is not steep.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway to me, totally different player. He's more of a Dinwiddie clone than a Brunson. He's a shooter.
That's kind of what you want with Luka.
Yeah, but Jalen Brunson can do much more.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have Dinwiddie. I'm gonna have some shooters around. To me, it's not even a question. 10 times out of 10, I want Brunson over Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway is just if he's on, I can beat anyone that night, but he could definitely be off. I'd pick Dinwiddie over Tim Hardaway if given that chance because they're basically the same type of role on the team. So I'm not feeling great if Jalen Brunson leaves about the Mavs. They're not going to be as high of a seed in my opinion. I can lose all the other guys. I can lose Maxey and find him. I can lose Powell easily. I can lose the majority of these guys, but Brunson, I rely on him for a lot. That's my take on that. We know that they're going to pay him. We know that they're going to bring him back and re-sign him. Hopefully, it stays down there at about $22 million a year.
Hope so.
Versus him going to the New York Knicks with his pops and a bigger role.
And then that's one of the things you got to combat against.
Yeah, the role is going to be the problem. The role in his pops is going to be the problem. I'm sure you get a little tired. If you're Steve Kerr and John Paxson on the Bulls, you know what your career is going to be. Jalen, you're a spot-up shooter, and that's it. Jalen Brunson, right? This kid has pedigree, national champion, big-time player coming out of school. Yes, he's undersized, and I think he's limited to a degree, but he may have it in his mind a little bit that he's capable of much more. Right? John Paxson, Steve Kerr, these spot-up shooters, they know they're not capable of any more. Go to the right situation and be asked questions and answer about Michael and Scotty. Jalen, I don't know. You get tired of answering Luka questions nonstop, and he felt that rush. He got that spotlight in the Utah series, and who knows if he'll be hooked on it.
You pay me $25 million, you can ask me about anything. Literally anything you want.
Well, anyone will pay me 20. I can get 25 elsewhere, too.
No, I get that.
I can get 25 and not be asked about the other guy nonstop.
Yeah. No, I get that. But you wonder, like, he knows, at least I would think he knows that Luka's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't be all that butthurt about answering questions.
Maybe he thinks he can go somewhere and be the best player on a team. Maybe he thinks that.
Oh, he definitely. I would definitely think he thinks that. I assume a lot of players in the NBA think that.
Sure.
The guys at the top of their crafts and anything would think that. So, what does he want? That's the question. Does he want to take his chance of being the guy and take that money? His best chance at a supermax is not with the Dallas Mavericks, or his best chance at a max contract is not with the Dallas Mavericks. It's by being a number one somewhere else.
If I added Robert Williams to next year's team, not Robert Williams, but a guy like that, he was picked at 27, and the Mavs pick at 26. If I add Robert Williams, how much farther do you have them? Hell, I'll give you Gobert. If I add Gobert with the current squad, how much further do you put them?
I think short of another offensive number two or another number one, then we saw their ceiling. I think we saw it. That doesn't mean that they can't get lucky.
Right.
But I think, realistically, you have to factor in how lucky did they get to where they were. You see, nobody wants to talk about that.
Nope.
Like, it's just, they got there because that's what they are. Well, no, they weren't. The history of the NBA shows they weren't. The history of the NBA shows that 4 seeds don't make the conference finals. They don't make the NBA finals. When they do, it's a very big rarity.
Like, we know they're going to be behind the Suns in the regular season standings next year.
And Golden State. And probably Denver. Because Denver's going to have Jamal Murray back.
Maybe the Clippers.
And they're going to have Kawhi back. So maybe they are behind. Maybe they are 3rd, 4th, 5th in the West. That's not an NBA finals contender. It's not a Western Conference Finals contender either, So you've got to find a way to get that other offensive number 2.